Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. We are Friday, September 20th. Thank you for joining me. Today's work I could feel it bubbling up, and so I'm kind of eager to get into the goodies that we have in store today for this world healing session where we look at the metaphysical, and by observing what is false or observing the body mind, shifts happen magically. So welcome to experiencing shifts in your life, shifts within your health, um, and then goes out to the world for whoever needs this, what I like to call a dose of TLC, a little bit of TLC for yourself and for the weekend. A disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. You're having an emergency, please get yourself to the hospital or get yourself to your doctor. And also, when the energy moves through my system, if this is the first time you're joining us, welcome. If you've happened upon my channel, hello and welcome. When the energy starts to move and the chi gets a little bit rebellious, I happen to pass a little burp. So that's not to say that I have indigestion. So I was meditating on today's work, and I wasn't quite sure which way to go. I felt a little bit ungrounded or destabilized, and I was being kind of felt like I was being pulled in all directions. And so I went to my tarot deck, the Goddess Tarot deck by it's an oracle book by Colette Baron Reed. I love her artwork is so beautiful. And I pulled a card, and the card that came up was the home card. I don't think I see that really well. Sorry about the glare. It's home. Such a beautiful card. And the goddess is Hestia. She's the goddess of home and hearth. Which brings attention. The first place I go to is, well, our first home. We usually think of our home. We think of our home as the house that shelters us. Yes, that's our home, but our first home is feeling at home in your skin, feeling at ease within yourself. So the going into I'm going to read it just to help. Sometimes hearing the words can shift things. So you can bring attention to the parts of yourself maybe that you don't feel so comfortable with, maybe the parts that you judge or you deem as ugly or as unacceptable, the parts of you that you wish weren't quite like that. Maybe you've got a little bit of softening, like padding or extra fat around areas that you wish you didn't. Maybe you can't gain weight, or if you're a man, maybe you wish you were more muscular or lean. Whatever it is, or maybe you don't like the shape of your nose or the quality of your skin, whatever it is, whatever you do not feel at home with, this is what we're going to be tending to. Not so much at the body part that you're not so happy with, but that judgment of yourself, that dis-ease of being in your own skin. So already there is a nice breath. And when did we come to this place of being so critical with ourselves and our body? Like, this body is working for you and holding you as a container for you, for your essence, for your spirit, for your soul. It's the thing that gives life to that essence of you. If you didn't have this physical body, well, then we just kind of be, I don't know, energy just floating around. This is the reason we can experience life. And then we judge it so much. So what I'm going to bring focus to is home, feeling at home within yourself. And then it's like, okay, well, that happens naturally, but the clutter of the mind gets in the way. Clutter of the mind, the clutter of your thoughts, the clutter of your experiences. Maybe you have built up experiences. It's maybe some things that you experienced when you were little. Maybe you even saw something on a magazine and you put that image of the person up on a pedestal and said, "Oh, I want to look like that." There's already a burp happening. And if I don't look like this, there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with my body. Oh, this is the image of beauty, or this is what is acceptable and not acceptable. So we need to start to untangle those those stories. So it's like going into a closet, and this is really cathartic. You can do this for yourself. I do this often. You go into your physical house or into a closet. Um, Usually clothes is a great place to start because it'll show it has stories. Oh, I remember this memory. Oh, I remember when I wore this pair of pants and I was, I don't know, thinner, or I had this experience, or I was happier then, or it was a better time in my life. And it holds a story. And then you take a look at the stories. You're not looking at the piece of clothes. Like if I had a pair of jeans. So I had this pair of jeans that I kept them forever. I couldn't fit into them anymore. My body changed. I had four children. I have back problems. I'm not as mobile as I used to be. But I had this pair of jeans from, oh my God, the time I was in my early 20s and I was a thin little thing. And I held these jeans thinking one day, holding on to the hope that maybe one day I'll fit into them. And then every time I picked those jeans up or I saw them, it was just like a barrage of self-condemnation and a disrespect towards my body now and everything that I have experienced. So do a decluttering. Make space in your environment. Take a look at the stories that are attached to the piece of clothing. And if it doesn't fit you, that's okay to let it go. Or if you want to keep it, that's fine too. But we're going to be starting to transmute those stories. So right now, all of these, it's running through the, oh, where are we? We're in the heart area. And that vibration is we're out. The heart gives out an electromagnetic field, and that goes out, I think heart math, it goes out quite a bit, maybe 2 3 feet or meter. I think it's a meter, but don't correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that heart wave, that electromagnetic activity, goes out about a meter. And this feels a little clouded. It's the dark mass that sits over the heart, the false heart, that is doing all of this judging, condemnation, negative self-talk. Judgment is coming up, really like being judgmental. So judgment is needed. You need to have good judgment, right? You pick up an apple and you judge the apple. Was this a good apple to eat? Or is it bruised and I'm going to put it back and choose something else? That's having a good, healthy judgment, or rather discernment. But the false heart, that's where all the stories come in and all of those experiences. And then that energy, that's the energy from which you come, and that goes out into the world. So we need to do a decluttering there. Feels really, really congested. I'm going to bring in some gemstones to help this as like a homeopathic remedy. I like to work with gemstones sometimes. And so the ones that I intuitively picked up, we've got a beautiful amethyst. So I'm going to run this amethyst around the microcosmic orbit of your body, around that heart area. And we're going to just circulate this amethyst. And it's going to start to dispel any of that negative self-talk. I can see it's starting to kind of break through ideas about yourself. We're going to bring in also a rose quartz, and that has everything to do with love. So the energy of love, not romantic love, not saying, I love my cat, I love my dog, I love my family, I love my partner, I love my work. No, no, we're just love, just the essence and the energy of love. Well, there's already a release there. And we're going to also use, I think this is a pink rhodiola. This is also a beautiful gemstone to work with for heart center. So this running these gemstones around this whole armoring to undo the armoring of the false heart and let those, that's going to run as a microcosmic orbit in your this whole body mind for the next 24 hours. And then we're going to start to dump that congestion of comparing yourself and your life. This real judgy, it feels so judgmental, like such a like severe self-criticism. It's like nitpicking yourself and your body to pieces, like putting a microscope and only focusing on everything that's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. This is your body. This is what it looks like. Sure, you can take steps to do something. Maybe you can change your diet and get some more exercise. Maybe you need vitamins. Maybe you need a hormonal balance. Maybe you need to, see if you have any allergens, maybe see what's inside the environment, or you can see if this fat or this extra weight, for example, or if you can't gain weight or whatever is going on with your body is a defense mechanism, is a protection. So this is really we're going into this whole fat as an identity. I am fat. I am thin. You can't be who you think you are. You can't be something. You can't be an action. You can't be a thought. It's not you. If you perceive it, it cannot be you. It's like, well, what I perceive, I cannot be. So if I'm perceiving fat on my body, then I am not the fat on my body. It is just something that has accumulated, maybe over time, over age, circumstances, but it's not who you are. And so this is bringing in a strong identification with your body. Think I am my body. Think I am my body. Well, I'm going to say, well, if you are your body and you cut your hair, do you cease to exist? If you lose some weight, do you cease to exist? And we lose weight and gain weight all the time. We don't cease to exist. And there's huge anxiety. I'm feeling massive anxiety around the diaphragm and the heart. It's like, I am my body. I am my body. It says something about me. This home that I live in says something about me. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And so we got to start to break down those mental masochisms that are governed by this false heart and that are putting that energy out there. And we're going to start to break that down. It's a nice breath. So we're opening up the lungs, we're opening up the diaphragm, and we're going to do we're in the heart chakra right now. We're going to do a breathing technique through the heart chakra to make sure that the energy is flowing through there. So when you breathe in through the nose, breathe in through the front of your heart. So if you lay down and where your nipples meet in the middle, there you go, right in the sternum. This is where the heart center is. So there we go. There's so much moving here. So you breathe in through the front of the heart. And when you exhale, you breathe out through the back of the chakra. Breathe in through the back of the chakra. Exhale through the front. I'm already calming down. Breathe in through the front of the chakra, through the heart, and into the heart. Exhale through the back. Just quiet now. I'm going to tap this in here. And we've come to the end of today's work. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please, that helps me so much to keep this work coming to you so I can get new content to you. It supports me and helps me to put out this work and to continue the work. So please go ahead and share, like, subscribe. If you'd like to work privately, reach out, and I will see you all next week.